welcome to the Colourful Vlogmas Day 5. My name is Carolien. I know I haven't properly introduced myself in every other vlog, but the first one I think. So I thought, hi, my name is Carolien. Do it again. You can find me everywhere as Carolien, and the links to everywhere you can find me are in the description box here on YouTube. After telling you all it went a bit better yesterday evening was shock and horror, another migraine. I had my meds, I had a very good sleep, and this morning was still, but now I am doing fine. So I'm not going with good days, I'm going with good part of the days or good hours. I take it however I can. So, I managed to mess up the brownies. I already recorded a little snippet this morning of stuff that we put the chocolate characters. That's the right word. But I now think of it, I'm going to add it after opening the advent calendar thingies and talking to you. So, okay, you'll hear part of this story double. So, yeah. Sorry about that. I might cut a little bit so it's not too long. Yeah, I messed up the brownies. Usually when you stick in there to check if a cake is done, it comes out clean. But with a brownie, you don't want that. You want that extra bit of sogginess in the center, so they're a bit sticky and fudgy. So yeah, I was like, okay, I just trust the recipe. Then we opened it up after letting it cool down, and it was like runny, soggy. It was just coming out. It was way too wet. It didn't cook at all at the center. So yeah, that was a failure for both brownies. Because of course the second one went in just as long as the first one. So yeah, it was a new to me recipe, so lesson learned. Do not think a new to me or a new recipe thingy works at the first go. My husband, however, thought about a trick. He popped it in the microwave on a low heat setting. We have a combination microwave, so a low heat temperature with a little bit of microwave. And he did that with one. And it actually came out cooked in the middle. It only went in for 10 minutes, 150 or 140 degrees Celsius and 450 watts of microwave power. And they are apparently good. Robert tried it. I wasn't up to eating brownies this morning. I always get a bit queasy from the migraine meds. So eating wasn't my thing this morning. We have done the little trip around to my mum, my gran, and my in-laws. My in-laws weren't there, so we put it on their table as a nice surprise. My gran was actually at the front door, and she's a bit deaf. So we went into the back, put it on the table, went out of the back, locked everything up again like we found it, and went to the front. And because my gran is very slow, and she didn't even hear us, I waved at her from the front of the window, and she looked at me. I was totally surprised of seeing me. And I explained to her that we went into the back like sneaky Santa Claus, put it on the table, and that she had a nice treat waiting for her. So, okay. And then we went to my mom, and my mom saw us. So I just told her, here, a nice gift. And she opened it and was, oh, nice. And then I explained to her about the brownies that I didn't know how they were. I messed up yesterday. I told her that already because I told her I was making brownies. So I said, sorry, I failed at making brownies. And then gave them to her. I'm like, yeah, you can try them. If they're not good, just throw them away. You don't have to eat them. But apparently, she already texted me. They are good. Yeah. So it's a very funny story. We still have another one to pop in the microwave, so I can also try a bit, because that first one is all gifted now. But I'm not gonna gift it to someone I cannot explain it to, because, well, the neighbor isn't someone we are that well in contact with. We say hello when we're outside. We might have a little chat, but usually we're busy and quick. So I'm not gonna give it to her after all. Which is a shame. I had nice plans, but they didn't work out. Like my whole life motto. Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. John Lennon was right. And yeah, Robert is taking the final chocolate character to a friend who has had a difficult 2 years, to be honest, maybe even longer, 3 years, not sure. He's got a pretty rough patch, but he's coping okay. But when Robert asked him about his house number, he was told, "But I have the flu, so you cannot come in." And he said, "I don't want to come in." "No, I don't. I just have something to pop into your letterbox." So I'm not sure if he really said that, but that's what he said out loud here in the room after reading the text, that he wasn't allowed to come in because of the flu. And with that, I'm extra happy that he can give it to him, because that sounds like someone who needs a little pick-me-up as well. And talking about pick-me-ups, I just got the sweetest Instagram message to ask me if my ravelry wishlist was still up to date. Thank you very much to the person watching this. I haven't asked your permission to tell your name, but I won't. She not only gifted me one, but 2 patterns from my wish list. And there are quite some colorwork sweaters in my future. And I'm looking forward to that very much. So thank you. Thank you so much. You did make me cry. I am very good at giving away, making surprises for everyone else in the world. But getting stuff myself is always, oh my god, difficult. Yeah, people pleaser. So, but I really do appreciate it. I really do. It just makes me go quiet and, oh. Just like compliments, you have to learn to receive them. Some people do. I am a person like that. So I am very much enjoying seeing all the opening of the packages today. I already saw one from the US this morning, and she was definitely amazed with the extra. I will show you tomorrow. First, I will show you yesterday's Colourful Advent calendar, because well, there's nothing to be said anymore. I should open up these packages. I'm here for opening packages. And you can see that this one is getting full. So yeah, I'm behind. Sue me. Colorway, Watermelon Splash, brand new one. Funny story, should have been a Christmassy name, but it didn't look Christmassy enough. So I called it Watermelon Splash. It's a one of a kind for the Advent calendar to make this whole thing work. I'm not sure if you're getting the whole fadey thingy already. So I'm not going to go into that. And there was a rooibos tea. And the tea, by the way, is from Tea of Life, as you might have spotted. And this is a fair trade tea, which was important to me. Lakritz by Bulo. Very interested in how this is going to taste. This is dark and sea salt. So, dark chocolate with sea salt covering licorice somehow. Or the sea salt is in the licorice, could also be. Spectrum flavors. Open it up. What do we have today? What do we have to... Ooh! That's definitely my cup of tea. It's yellow! Oh, that really cheers me up. And this is nice next to the... Oh no, we had blue yesterday. In my head it was still orange, but okay. I think this would make a wonderful cat and cow. And come to think of it, I just got a fingering weight colorwork sweater pattern. It might actually work with all these mini skeins. That I have to check. Then I have this one. My spinning advent. Another cup of tea. And yeah, it's the same brand because of course I went for the big box. I just went with it for myself as well. This is green tea, orange and ginger. And there is 3 pieces of chocolate. Because, well, let me show. Here. 3 different colored Santa Clauses from Milka. I think there's a white one, a dark one, and a milk chocolate one. But we're gonna find out. And of course a little bit of fluff. This one's green. Matches with the previous one. And I still haven't spun that up. And this one will wait as well. Robert is going to a friend tomorrow and his wife is a spinner and a friend of mine. So I might join him if she's okay with it and if I am feeling up to it. Otherwise I will spin tomorrow at home by myself. Liberty, what is in here? Number 5, and it looks a bit berry-like, but not sure. I'm gonna check. Number 5 is orange and lemon flavored organic infusion. So another orangey tea. 2 orangey teas today. Then Robert beer. It is very interesting to me. The Wild Beer Co. EB.me, I think. And it is cranberry plus sea salt plus coriander. Drink wildly different. Super interesting. The Wild Beer Co. for Savieux Bière, which is the maker of the Beery Christmas. Inspiration for our beers often comes from food, and in this case is no exception. Sharp but juicy cranberries combined with a hint of citrus from lime zest, a balancing richness from the malts, and a final seasoning of salt and coriander. The acidity from fruit and lactobacillus is balanced by the salinity and wild fermentation flavors, leaving your mouth watering and craving another sip from this glass. It's only 5%, which I think is very nice. And I definitely want to try this one, even though it has coriander, and I hate coriander. I'm not sure who invented it, but ugh. To me it tastes like soap. And I know there's many more people having that issue, and there's also a lot of people who don't, which I think is really funny, that something can taste totally different for different people. Totally weird. And then, from all the candy and stuff I made for the packages for everyone, we have this left. I saved these for me because I love this bit of the candy from the Sinterklaas candy. We call it strooigoed. And tradition is that Pete is coming in and he's throwing the stuff through the room. Yeah, definitely when you have carpet and then people walk over it and it gets walked in there. Perfect for people with a dog to eat all that sweet candy. Definitely perfect. Sorry, I'm being very sarcastic here because experience learns. That's tradition with Sinterklaas. I'm so grateful for not doing Sinterklaas. Seriously, I told you yesterday, I hate it. I have never liked it as a kid. Yeah, of course, I like getting the gifts, but it was just too much overwhelm, and that is what I understand now. The whole racism thing with Black Pete is totally throwing me off of it as well. It's not that I am against Sinterklaas, but I am against Black Pete. And, well, this is turning into a very much activism Vlogmas to speak up about a lot of things. sorry, that wasn't the plan. But I'm not sorry, it's happening. I like the new spin on it, that they have just black smudges, because they are covered in soot and come through the chimney, which is totally more the story that we go for now. But yeah, I hated it. It was too much overwhelm. I was very much afraid of black peat because, well, if you were naughty, you had to go to Spain into the sack and they would hit you and everything. I learned that, but I was just, yeah. That makes you think about it even more, that they make you learn to be afraid of black people. So that clicked now, and let that sink in. So yeah, I'm happy with that aspect of not having children, to not have to celebrate that and just skip it, pick out some little things like the candy stuff, and that's it. Oh, there's a package here. So yeah, that was a package. I had to open the door, and I was talking about the candy, so we'll only take the good stuff from it, and the rest, nope, not joining at all. I do send quite some kruidnoten and strooigoed and pepernoten, etc. All the traditional candy abroad this year. Or I did send it. I still have quite one package, and I still have a few packages of that to send. So yeah, what I was going to show you as well, and that is then the end. After that, I will put in a clip of how the boxes looked that we gifted to people. But I wanted to show you this. My husband is making me a new bobbin for my e-spinner. Yay. And the core, so the center bar thingy, is in the printer at the moment. It's also green. He knows I like it black, but he was like, I'm gonna make it green because I have to fiddle with the design, and I want to make it the same as he sent to Angela, my friend, of the Yarn and Yarns shop, channel, etc. So he can see what was wrong with it, and he can fiddle with the design to make more of these and better ones that fit right away. Because there was a little issue with it not fitting on the flyer. Ooh, I also made a little clip of Mr. Riggs being an annoying piece of puss and wanting to get into the camera when I finally had the camera ready. And this silly little Mister. And I hope you can see his very long moustache. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there, eh? Yeah, it's still there. And with that, I'm gonna say goodbye because I've been chatting for like 20 minutes. And that's definitely a very long vlog for just opening the advent packages. I hope you don't mind. Bye bye. And this is how the boxes have turned out. This one's for my mom with an A. And this one's for my in-laws, for a J and a T. And for my gran is over here. And there's an S in there because they didn't have her character. That was the right word I was looking for yesterday. And as you can see, there are no brownies in here because I messed up. Or actually, the recipe was just weird, apparently. They were all soggy. And brownies should be soggy, but not droopy. So they're not in here. The whole idea for the neighbors is scratched. And I do have an extra chocolate character, which we're gonna see if we're gonna bring it to Robert's friend, who can also need a little pick-me-up. So here you are. Chocolate candy boxes for Sinterklaas.